Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani both were expected to deliver a spectacular knockout, but that's not exactly what happened. Nakatani did secure the victory, but he struggled significantly against a massive underdog. Inoue went the distance with Picasso, and while he dominated the fight, he was unable to finish or visibly damage his opponent the way he usually does. Considering the super fights between Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani, it's understandable that some fans felt these performances didn't fully build momentum for that matchup. But when you slow the footage down and take the time to analyze the fights carefully, you might change your mind. The reasons behind those outcomes become much clearer. Today, we're taking a slightly different approach from my usual analysis content. We're going to break down why Nakatani struggled as much as he did. Any casual fan can understand. Smash that subscribe button and let's get into it. Early in the fight, Junto Nakatani relied on his high-level boxing skills to control the pace, as he usually does. Against Sebastian's forward pressure, Nakatani established his jab, blocked the left to the body, and the right hook. And before Sebastian could throw a left uppercut, Nakatani smashed him with a powerful left overhand. This was a clean, flush shot. However, rather than being rocked or even stunned, it seemed as though Sebastian simply lost his balance as he shuffled back. It was as if Sebastian had blocked that left overhand with his head. Although Nakatani was unable to hurt Sebastian, firing back immediately whenever his opponent attacked, like he did in this sequence, prevented Sebastian from building any momentum. Another key weapon Nakatani relied on to stop Sebastian's forward momentum was his jab. Despite absorbing a big shot, Sebastian kept pressing forward. Nakatani answered with a sharp jab, then used his extended lead hand to stop Sebastian's advance and disrupt his vision. When Sebastian responded with a left hook, Nakatani weaved underneath the punch, then used his footwork to avoid the follow-up right to the body. Sebastian chased him and fired a straight to the body, but Nakatani timed it perfectly and landed a clean counter left straight. Once again, by immediately firing back, Nakatani prevented Sebastian from building momentum. The right uppercut that followed missed, but Nakatani quickly re-established his jab, circled with his footwork, and returned his focus to maintaining distance. The jab, footwork, accurate punches, perfect timing. In this brief 10-second sequence, Junto Nakatani displayed all of these high-level skills. By managing distance while controlling the timing of exchanges, Nakatani was able to dictate the pace of the fight. However, one additional factor stood out in this exchange. Did you notice it? It was Sebastian's incredible durability. As the fight went on, Sebastian found more success in closing the distance, which led to increasingly intense, close-range exchanges. And when you break those moments down in slow motion, the technical details become especially fascinating. Nakatani weaves under Sebastian's left hook and circles out, then drives a hard left hook to the body as Sebastian advances. But it's almost as if Nakatani were punching a stone statue. Sebastian shows virtually no reaction. Confident fighting on the inside, Nakatani stays in the pocket, digs another left to the body, then explodes off his rear leg, his feet literally leaving the canvas, to drive a powerful left uppercut. Despite the sheer power of the punch, Sebastian absorbs it cleanly, showing virtually no visible effect. Nakatani continues to attack. He follows with a right to the body and a right uppercut, but Sebastian defends both shots effectively. If you freeze the frame here, you can clearly see Sebastian using a cross guard to catch the uppercut. It's a display of high-level defensive technique. Still, Nakatani isn't discouraged. He shifts fully into knockout mode, attempting to overwhelm and finish his opponent. Left hook, right hook, left to the body, right hook, and a left uppercut. Then, after weaving Sebastian's hook, he fires a right uppercut, but Sebastian rolled the punch and sneaks in a clean right to the body. And right there, Nakatani's knockout mode comes to an end. Junto Nakatani is a boxer with extremely high-level infighting skills, and in this fight, he showcased that ability by landing numerous clean punches. However, Sebastian's durability proved to be exceptional. He wasn't shaken by Nakatani's punches. On the contrary, he absorbed them and immediately fired back. On top of that, he returned what he took in several times the volume. As a result, Nakatani was unable to stop Sebastian's advance and was gradually pushed onto the back foot. In this sequence, when Nakatani throws a single uppercut, Sebastian responds with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 punches in rapid succession. Then, as Nakatani tries to circle out and create distance, Sebastian lands a jab and continues marching forward while tightening his guard. When Nakatani throws a left to stop the advance, Sebastian counters with a jab, then fires back with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 punches, an impressive display of volume punching combined with relentless pressure. Watching Nakatani struggle from ringside was the undisputed heavyweight champion and current The Ring pound-for-pound #1 boxer, Alexander Usyk. During the fight, Usyk called out to Nakatani and gestured advice. Peel the guard down, then land your punch. Nakatani followed that advice to the letter and landed a clean left hand. However, Sebastian blocked it with his head, then immediately fired back with several times the volume, as if nothing had happened. Sebastian's durability, stamina, and punch output were the primary reasons Nakatani struggled in this fight. Even after absorbing clean shots, Sebastian continued to press forward, throwing an incredible volume of punches. And as a result, he left a very strong impression. In addition, Nakatani suffered a headbutt in the 6th round that caused significant swelling around his right eye. This most certainly didn't help his situation. However, when you break the fight down in slow motion, it becomes clear that Nakatani was defending himself well and did a good job of avoiding clean hits. That may be something the judges took into account, as the fight ultimately resulted in a unanimous decision victory for Junto Nakatani. There was some controversy surrounding the decision and the scorecards. How did you see it? Let us know in the comments. In his post-fight interview, Naoya Inoue stated that his performance wasn't good, but make no mistake, Inoue is not to blame. Picasso employed a very specific game plan, one that is extremely effective at preventing knockouts. It's what I call the Butler tactic. However, unlike Paul Butler, Picasso did not commit to solely pure defense. He continued hunting for one specific punch, all the way to the final bell. From the opening bell, Inoue showcased sharp, high-level boxing. His speed is so exceptional that many of his techniques are only fully visible in slow motion. Here, Inoue begins by feinting with a jab. When Picasso reacts by tightening his guard, Inoue slips in a jab to the body, then lands a clean jab upstairs. From there, he fired a right hook to left uppercut, then a left uppercut to a right hook, and finally a left hook to the body, followed by a left hook to the head. Inoue is punching around the guard, threading shots through the small gaps in the guard, and mixing body and head shots at blinding speed. Considering this, it's easy to understand why Picasso chose to shell up and enter survival mode. Put simply, for Picasso to punch back, he must open his guard, and that significantly increases the risk of Inoue landing a damaging shot. And this sequence isn't over yet. Inoue continues his onslaught, which keeps Picasso locked in survival mode. Inoue breaks the guard with a jab to the body, then lands a right uppercut. He follows with a left hook, right hook, and another left hook in quick succession. But Picasso stays behind a tight guard and avoids serious damage. Here, Picasso attempts what I believe was a counter he specifically prepared for Inoue. He slips Inoue's jab to the outside and fires a left hook. In this moment, Picasso's strategy didn't appear particularly threatening, but later in the fight, there is a scene where Picasso comes dangerously close to clipping Inoue with that same left hook. Inoue throws a jab, and Picasso slips it to the outside and fires a left hook. However, Inoue's jab clips Picasso in the chest, throwing off his balance and causing the punch to miss. What I want everyone to recognize here is that Picasso isn't just slipping the punch. As he slips, he simultaneously lowers his level, as if he's about to attack the body. In other words, this is a feint. This was a very dangerous moment. However, Picasso failed to capitalize. The feint was intelligent and the timing was excellent, but the punch lacked accuracy. Before the hook could clearly land on Inoue's chin, Picasso pulled his arm back, causing the punch to glance off. Anyone who watched the fight closely would agree that, as the rounds progressed, Picasso gradually shifted into full survival mode. In this sequence, with his back against the ropes, Picasso absorbs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 punches on his guard in succession, without even attempting to fire back. After seeing several moments like this, it almost felt like a flashback to the Paul Butler fight. However, throughout the bout, Picasso would occasionally break away from the Butler tactic and launch a counter left hook like the one we saw earlier. Because of that, from Inoue's perspective, there was always an inherent risk in aggressively chasing the knockout. It was a situation where he couldn't fully flip the switch into monster mode. So instead, Inoue chose a more calculated approach, steadily accumulating damage over time while remaining mindful of Picasso's counters. Inoue backs Picasso up against the ropes and draws his attention upward with the lead hand. Then, Inoue feints a left hook while stepping to his right, lands a right to the body, and follows with a left hook. Picasso appears to be in full survival mode, but then suddenly, he slips Inoue's jab and attempts a counter left hook. However, by this point, Inoue was fully aware of Picasso's tactics. He leans his upper body back to slip the hook, advances while moving his head, avoids the right straight, then pushed Picasso, sending him back against the ropes. After snapping a jab to force Picasso to tighten his defense, Inoue punches around the guard and smashes a right to the body. While the fight may have looked one-sided overall, Picasso was tougher and more defensively sound than many expected. More importantly, he continued to hunt for counters until the final bell. Because of that, it's not unreasonable to conclude that Naoya Inoue chose not to force the knockout. If there's interest, I would like to create a full breakdown of Inoue versus Picasso and Junto Nakatani versus Sebastian. Let me know in the comments. Did Nakatani struggle because he isn't fully suited for the super bantamweight division yet? Or was Sebastian simply that strong? On the other hand, was Inoue unable to score the knockout because Picasso was durable and fully committed to defense? Or was this simply not Inoue's best performance? While the way these fights unfolded may not have been what many people expected, the outcomes themselves, victories for Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani, were in sense still in line with expectations. With things now moving towards a mega match between Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani at the Tokyo Dome next May, what do you guys think about this matchup? How do you see the fight playing out, and who do you think wins? Let me know your thoughts in the comment. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other analysis content. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you again soon.